ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here's a give up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They go play action here. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was.
So we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. So the celebration can resume on that sideline. The touchdown stands. Brown able to tack on the point after. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Brown on to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Essentially killed my chances of getting the first seed potentially. So.
First and 10 now from the 30. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They kick the running back in motion. From the 37. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Setting up a throw. Walker hauls it in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They go play action on first. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
This is Walker on second. And he's going to get him up to the midfield stripe with that run. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Caught. There's that rookie out of Florida State. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Trying for a touchdown here. He's got it deep downfield. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks finish off their opening drive. Michael Badgley on to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks start off well to tie things 7-7. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Wangu now to return. A reverse on the opening kickoff. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff up the gut. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Play action on 1st down. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And now they face 2nd down.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Here we go, set. Set, go.
Back now, pressure on its way. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
Simple dive up the middle. It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. About to begin the second here. The Cardinals definitely thinking points. From the 18 on 2nd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals take a 2nd quarter lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Brown adds the PAT. And the Cardinals break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Brown on to send it away. Danny Gray to return it. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got first down from the 31. Throwing now, off play action. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing now on first down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
They give up the gut to Walker. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd and long for him here. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Cardinals will have to start from deep within their own territory. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Check go.
They'll come out throwing. Cut out left. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. And the Seahawks pick it up. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy. Especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one.
All right. Finish eating now. Now I can lock in.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Now a give running right. This is ahead for about 5. Brought down by Reek Woolen. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Looking slant route complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. OMFL bringing that play to a halt. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Seahawks with 6 DBs out there. 3rd down coming up. Dropping back to throw. Setting up the screen. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
The give now out of the shotgun. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They put Austin in motion left. 2nd and 8. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and...
Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
I'd say he better keep it up.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he will score! Touchdown, Arizona! The Cardinals grow their lead just before halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals double their lead to 14. Now Brown on to send it away. From his own end zone, here we go. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw now. He steps in and makes the interception. Buda Baker picks it off. And the Cardinals get it back on his 6th interception of the season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Handoff now from the gun. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun here. Short pass brought in. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Throwing from the gun. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Oh, 1st and goal, you take a sack. I got nothing good to say about that, so let me flip it over on the other side where you got everything good to say. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to get them behind the sticks. You want to knock them backwards, and now you put a whole lot more pressure on that offense to respond.
It's 2nd and goal. Another try following the sack. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Here's a throw. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals get more points to end a lopsided first half. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Chooses to bring this one out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. One last play before the break. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Brown on to send it away. From his own end zone, here we go. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Back to throw. That one's complete over the middle. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Charbonnet now up the middle. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Pass play on 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And now it's 2nd down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. He'll throw it. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
He lets one fly deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Walker. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Seahawks cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown.
All right.
Point after converted from Banchley. And the Seahawks
7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
14-point game. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
That's right. All right, 3.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
From the 34. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Seahawks take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come.
Yep. He's got it deep downfield. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Badgley with the extra point. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
I'm going to have to run a lot of cover, too, because I'm not finna sit here and get dragged to death for a game.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And this drive will start.
You better try to run the clock. You better try to run the clock out.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of down.
Oh, I should have right play action.
27 on the play. And that's the Cardinals' 1st down.
You know, Kate, you find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Makes the grab in bounds left side.
Double play action.
With a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll run here on 1st down. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Running this one left. Has some space inside the 15. And he will carry this across for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals take a 13-point lead. So great work by the running back there.
Keep it up.
Brock found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals double their lead to 14. Now Brown on to send it away. Chooses to bring this one out. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. And when they fly down the field, they got 2 things in mind, Kate. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Look into the air here. Throw left side, caught by Higgins. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Cardinals 1st down. Hand off to the back. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain. It's stopped down at the 3. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
2nd and 3 now. Give now to the running back. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 1 yard to go. Another carry for him. And this time he gets it done. Touchdown! The Cardinals lengthen the lead at the end of the third. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Now Brown on to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. To throw here on 1st down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Hauled in by Gray. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down. A very active quarter for us. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. It is caught left side. They gain 14 on the play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Cut at the 10-yard line. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
They'll throw it again. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking for a throw here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They'll throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. And the defender comes away with it. And the Cardinals get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Back in his own end zone.
I wouldn't put a play action past him. Another one. All play action. All play action and drives.
And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
Move the chains. Got to move them chains. Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's the handoff. Cuts it to the right sideline. Down the sideline inside the 40. He does it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base.
Oh, man, I'm going to put the brakes on this man next time I play him. Because this is unacceptable. I do not allow, one thing I do not allow is defeat through the Cardinals. That I do not allow.
Now Brown on to send it away.
And when it does happen, which it rarely does.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Watch this game like this is gonna make people think, oh, he's on the level of D-Money and Meek. He's not.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Every dog has their day. Anyway.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to
put money. I could put money on that.
Throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
He runs a very cheeky offense.
Running back sent in motion. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
You can't do much with a drag heavy offense. You come in, then you get with play action. It's just
shotgun snap, looking to throw.
You can't do much with his offense when his offense is playing like that. It's like drag, play action, then you got stretch.
Situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Hey.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. He'll throw it yet again. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Green throw. Just can't hit.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Come on. The game is over, man. Just let the game in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now an inside give to Walker. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
First and 10 from the 41. Takes the handoff, now to throw. He rolls to his right.
That is an effort play. I love that by the defense. Corralling the QB behind the line. It can be tough to track these guys down when they decide to scramble. What excellent pursuit. Stay on them the entire way.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Pass play now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets them up with a third down.
We've learned how valuable sacks and a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
Here he is on third and long. Finds him on the crossing route. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Desperation time here on fourth. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Cardinals will get it back with some time to work with. We've reached the 2-minute warning. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. First and 10 coming up. Plowing up the middle. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over. Over.
Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Just take a knee. Just take a knee, my guy. Just take.
Going ground here. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger
always give him the ammunition.
That first down marker.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback trying power for it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Pickup of 2 here. And that's a Cardinals first down.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, Kate. They say that football is cyclical. Well, I sure hope we see the fullback come back. There's just something about that guy.